What's up, YouTube? It's That's So Keezy, and I'm back again with another video. So I'm not going to give you guys the regular intro because this video is probably going to be very sad and it's going to tug at a lot of you guys' heartstrings. I definitely want to use my platform to try to put this information out because the news is doing their very best to try to suppress what's going on right now in Jackson, Mississippi. That's where we are today. We came down here for work and I just couldn't go through this city or this town without trying to figure out like exactly what's going on. I just want to go down there and see with my own eyes if there's actually something going on behind this farm that's behind a prison where they found the 215 bodies. At this point right now, I don't know if it's a crime scene. I don't know if it's blocked off to where the general public can't get in there, but I definitely want to go there and like see what's going on, see if maybe there's some other people that are out there trying to spread the word. So for those of you who don't know what's going on, earlier this year in the beginning of January, 215 dead bodies were found buried behind a prison in Jackson, Mississippi. But what you guys need to know is that these bodies, most of them are unidentified at this point right now. Only a few of them have been identified by the family. Most of them were homeless people, people that were in the prison system, and what I believe, now this is only my opinion, people that were killed by the cops were also buried back there. And the reason I'm saying that is because of Dexter Wade, which I'm going to get into that in a bit. But Dexter Wade was buried behind that prison, and he was one person that was killed by the cops, and his family was not notified, and he was just buried back there for over a year now. They were never embalmed. Let me just say that right off rip so that you guys know. They were never embalmed. They were never properly disposed of like you would do if your family member died. They were literally zipped up in a body bag and buried in shallow graves behind this prison and literally marked with a metal rod and a piece of wood with a number on it, 1 to 215. Imagine how you would feel to find out that your relative that has been missing for years, months, days, whatever, they're buried back there. They didn't even get a proper burial. You were never notified. And now all they have is just a small marker of a metal rod and a piece of wood with a number on it. All they are is just another number of a death. Imagine how that would feel to you if that was your relative, your family member, your child. I just can't even imagine. So I want to talk to you guys about Dexter Wade and his mother, Miss Wade. Dexter came up missing. His mother reported him missing back in March of 2023. He had been missing for almost a year before his mom got any information about what happened. He left her house, and within 30 minutes of him leaving her house, he was struck and hit by a police cruiser and killed. His mother was never notified. None of his family was ever notified that he was dead, that they had his body. None of that stuff. And their excuse today is that he was unidentifiable. They didn't know who he was. They couldn't figure it out. But check this out. Now that they've investigated it more, since they have found his body, they also found out that his wallet was in his front pocket and had identification on it. Not only that, he also had a bottle of prescription pills that had his name on it as well. So to say that he was unidentifiable, it's all wrong. It's all wrong and it's all lies. Now that all of this has come into play, now they're saying that they did call his mother. They tried to call her one time. She didn't answer. They didn't know what to do. So they took him to this cemetery. Now, Dexter Wade's mom, she was already leery about involving this police department because what I find crazy about this is that this same police department was responsible for her other son's death, her 62-year-old son. He was body slammed into the ground by the police department and killed. So imagine losing already one son to this police department and then your other son gets struck and killed by a police cruiser on the highway by accident is what they said. The police officer was never investigated, by the way. He was never ticketed. He was never tested for a DUI. Nothing. He got off completely scot-free. And the officer that killed her first son, he did get convicted of manslaughter, not murder, but manslaughter. And now he's appealing it and in hopes that he's going to try to get out. If I was Dexter Wade's mother, I would feel the exact same way. I would be leery about involving this police department. I would already go into it thinking that they're going to lie to me, they're going to try to manipulate me, and they're probably not going to tell me any parts of the truth. So if I was her, I would feel the exact same way. She did a lot of her own investigating and a lot of her own research until she was able to pressure the police department enough to get answers for her son. And for that, I respect her so much. Now, before we pull up to this site, I'm going to insert a news clip right here just to show you guys how little information the news is actually giving us about what's going on. They have completely suppressed this from the general public. You would think if they found 215 bodies buried in the back of a jail that would be breaking news. That would be all over the news. So I think in my heart and soul that the police department probably had something to do with this, because why else would this not be making national news? I just don't understand that. All right, so the GPS says that we're about 2 minutes away. Hinds County, the penal farm. So supposedly it's behind the penal farm. That, I believe, that's the jail over there, right? And it said that the police walked Miss Wade down a dirt road into a field, and that's where she saw it. It could be somewhere back here, could be somewhere over there. I'm not sure, but we're gonna find out. Just to put it into perspective, it was said on the news that the bodies, how they were buried, it was so shallow that vultures and hawks were coming down because of the smell. The smell was so bad. That literally makes me sick to my stomach, that I can't believe that people would treat actual human beings this way. Just to do that and to leave the family members knowing that their family member did not get a proper burial. They didn't get to say goodbye. They don't even know what happened to them. Like, that just makes me sick. It makes me lose all faith in humanity. This is really weird to me. I don't know if you guys can see that big cloud of smoke, like there's a fire going on. I don't know what that could be, but we are very close to where this gravesite is. So that's very concerning. We found the site. I'm looking at it right now. I'm super nervous because it's in like a rural area. I feel like somebody might come out here with a shotgun and like try to shoot us or something, but there's nothing around here that you can mess with or like get arrested, I don't think. But there's no police presence, there's no police tape, there's no nothing roping it off. So here it is, guys. What?
This is where they actually dug up some of them.
So they've dug up some bodies. You smell that?
What do you smell?
Like nasty. Okay, what's weird to me is that I'm seeing 656, 657, but I thought there was only 215. I'm really nervous about all this. Oh my gosh. They actually did, and look how shallow they had to dig. So here's some stuff that they dug up, and the graves are super shallow. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. I'm actually speechless. Oh, and by the way, this is not the only one. We passed 2 other fields just like this. I really don't even know what to say. This is shocking. So the only thing that I'm thinking about while I'm standing out here, so I feel like this must have been some legal cemetery that they had for prisoners that were unclaimed that died, because for them to have 682 grave sites out here, I don't know how they're probably gonna have to dig up every single body until they identify every person and try to make sure that there's no missing people or more missing people, because there's already been 3 that have been found. But I feel like this started off as a legal thing, and then the police started using it to hide other bodies that they didn't want the public to know about. So I'm a little confused as why the number is so high out here, but that's the conclusion that I'm coming up with, is that they were using it for prisoners that they couldn't get in contact with their family, or they were homeless or whatever. But it's definitely an eerie feeling. It's way, way, way in the back of the farm and in the middle of nowhere, literally like we're in the woods. It's definitely not like a public thing that you could just walk up to and find it. It took us a minute to be able to get back here. I don't know, I just feel sad and kind of numb and weird. I don't really know how to feel now that I'm here and I'm looking at it and there's just all these numbers.
And here's more. These are about 547 I see, so they may go up to 600 or so.
This is the last one that we saw. This seems like it was probably the first one that they put out here, because you can literally not see any of the numbers anymore. All the numbers are gone. They're very spaced out. And so I guess they ended up just going back in here into the woods and finishing what they started. They do keep up with the grass. They do make sure it's not dirty. But at the same time, it's just so sad, all these unidentified people.
He was my only son. And I would have never thought this had happened to him. I am so disappointed. I was disappointed from the day this started. I came to y'all for that help that I needed. Y'all covered it up. Y'all did that. Kept telling me, no, no, no. We don't know where he at. Then come to find out, in y'all department, somebody did this. Now, I ask, can I Zoom my child and try to get some peace? Now y'all take that from me. I couldn't even see him come out the ground. I mean, how would y'all feel?
Justice for Dexter Wade.
That's how we're going to end the video. I'm going to dedicate this video to Dexter Wade, because I feel like his story needs to get out more, and the news isn't covering it much. So I just want to get his story out a little bit more to at least the people that follow me and the people that like to watch our videos. So if you watched all the way to the end, thank you for watching. And if you get the chance to spread awareness about this situation, just spread awareness. Like, don't hide in your houses and hide under rocks and pretend that there's not a problem going on in this world, because there's tons of problems here in the US, and it really sucks so bad. But the only way to make a change is if all of us step up and try to be that change. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.